Hey folks, today we're covering Tinto Talks 87. It is the launch week of EU5, and Johan is here to give us a quick update on the game and what we should expect in the near future. So as he says here, the game was released yesterday. It is the most ambitious grand strategy game that Paradox has ever made, and it was developed together with the community. And if you're new to the series, you haven't seen these Tinto Talks dev diaries. They also had a Tinto flavor series as well, and they've been going for over a year, and I've covered all of them on the channel. There is a link to that in the description down below. But this is where they've come to us, explained how systems are going to work, how content's going to work, and they've asked for our feedback, and we've given that feedback, and then they've made changes to the game. So the launch version of the game that we've all got to play this week, some of the things you've seen there have been due to people giving feedback over the past year or so. And I think it's really cool to see a studio come to us this early and say, here's the content, what do you think about it? And then being able to make the game even better due to what we've said. But anyway, let's get on to the actual dev diary itself. So what happens now that the game has been released? As they say in this first section, during the beta and early access that some people had, they've been taking on feedback and bug reports, and they've tried to get the game out in the best state they can. And as he says next, they're going to be making weekly updates to the game with fixes to things that have negative impact on the player experience, like crashes or things not working as intended being prioritized first. And then he says the team in the studio, they've split into two, with one team working on short-term fixes and the other half of the team working on more mid-term changes. That's probably things that need a little bit more work on them, maybe slight reworks on systems or something. So one team getting out the bug fixes as quick as they can, the other one working on probably longer term changes and some things they can't get out in those weekly updates. So what does this mean to the actual game itself? Well, tomorrow, or more likely today by the time you watch this video, they're going to be deploying a new update which has all the fixes from the previous week's work on the game, and this should fix most of the urgent issues that have been discovered already. And then funnily, he does call out here, if you're new to Paradox games, the bane for most people are game updates. It usually breaks your save game. And he actually calls out here something really cool. They have a very strict project at Paradox Tinto, who is the game studio that makes this game, that any update should be save game compatible. Now, I don't know if this means any bug fix update. I imagine big expansions probably won't be save game compatible, but I think he's saying, especially in this early stage, where there's all these bug fixes coming out, you don't want to be starting a game, get quite far into it, a bug fix patch comes out, you have to restart your game, and then the same thing happens the next week and the next week. It looks like at least over these initial months, all updates that come out will be save game compatible, so you're not going to have to restart your campaigns every time they release some fixes. When it comes to the more long-term, he says here, and this is a really cool update, they have been inspired by how the Custodian team works on Stellaris. If you're not sure what they're talking about, for Stellaris, they have basically a small dev team, and their sole job is just to make the game better, not work on future content, just go back to old systems, old content, and just make it work better, make it less buggy, improve the systems, improve the features. And it looks like Tinto is going to use the same system in EU5, and I think this is a fantastic win for everybody. From everything I've heard, people who play Stellaris, ever since this Custodian team came in, I've had the impression that it's only been a bonus to that game, so it's going to be cool to see how they work for EU5. So they are going to be working with a split team, with some of the team just working on patches to improve the player experience, while another part of the team works on future improvements, additions, and also DLC content. And we do know next year's content already. I've done a video on the channel already on that. I'll leave a link to it at the top of the screen now for you, if you are interested and you haven't heard what that DLC is going to be. But that is going to be the update from Johan today. Let me know what you think about it. I think this is all good news, how they're planning to get updates out to us. They are going to be save game compatible, and then also talking about the near future for the game as well, and how they're going to split up that work and make sure EU5 just gets better and better. Let me know in the comments down below what campaigns you've been doing, what you've been enjoying, what maybe you haven't been enjoying so much in the game, and also what you're looking forward to next year for the game as well. But on that note, we'll leave it there for today, so hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've been covering EU5 since it was initially announced as Project Caesar, as he said at the beginning, so long ago now. But the game is out, and I can't wait to cover this in the future as well. I do also cover Crusader Kings 3 in a very similar manner, so if you're interested in that game, kind of a prequel to EU5 in some ways, do follow the channel. I've got a bunch of videos on EU5 and Crusader Kings, and again, there's going to be much more coming in the future. But anyway, we'll leave it there for today, and I'll see you all next time.